Hey guys, hey, I'm going to show you just kind of where we're at. We haven't done much except for, do you see this? This is just a 12-inch breaker bar and a 19mm socket, but that was what was required to get the drain plug out. Supposedly, we've had the transmission fluid changed twice in this car. We've put 20,000 miles on this car in 4 years, so driven at about 5,000 miles a year. Actually, that's not the right average, because for 11 months last year, Little Red was in a race shop in Tulsa having a new motor built, and then we had her for 6 days and hit a deer, and she was back in the body shop for a month. So let's count that year out of not driving. So we put 20,000 miles. When we first got the Z, we brought it to Orr Nissan East in Midwest City. Have no respect for them or no confidence at all that they even did the transmission fluid replacement, which would mean, so you can see the drain plug is still dripping. What came out I was not happy with, so we're going to save a little bit of it in a jar, a glass jar that I'm not sure I have, to look at it next time we change it. I'm going to start changing this now that I'll know how. I'm going to change the transmission fluid in this car about every once a year for sure. We only drive the car about 5,000 or 6,000 miles a year, and that's just at Christmas time when I'm on Christmas vacation. This is something I'm going to be doing. We're also going to go ahead and do an early oil change. We changed the oil in this new motor at 1,500 miles. People are like, you can go 6,000. No, you can, I can't. So I have a brand new motor. Would you want to try to push it out there? Why wouldn't you change it? And brand new turbos, wouldn't you want to give them the fresh, clean oil all the time? But what we're doing, the reason we're going to change the oil as part of this transmission service is we're changing to a thicker viscosity. We're going from we were running 5W50 Liqui-Moly in the summer. Then in the fall, we switched to 5W40, and now we're going to go to Liqui-Moly 10W40, and that's only because we are going to be driving the Z in the wintertime. In fact, World of Wheels is the first week of February. Daryl Starbird's the second week of February, and it's super cold, and so that's an oil that is really good for wintertime, down to about 0 degrees. And so anyway, I'm going to bring in the camera in and show you. We're going to disconnect these two line. So that's just a transmission line that comes up, goes around, as you'll see. It goes over to this filter that we're going to replace, and to the transmission cooler, which I'm going to order a new one. They're not that expensive, but I moved it there. It's relocated. You can see it's been hit a few times by, I don't know what. We hit a cardboard box, and it's soft enough that it could have done that damage just hitting a piece of cardboard. I would love to have a cage over it. I just haven't been able to devise one yet, but I'm still working on that idea, how to encapsulate that, still let airflow, but kind of cage it so that something like you're seeing there with those divots in it don't happen. Because if that thing ruptured, then of course we're getting a tow truck home, because all of our transmission fluid is going to leak out immediately. So anyway, we'll be replacing this filter. We're going to order a new transmission cooler and just replace it when it comes in. It's pretty straightforward. And put a new one in, and we're going to be removing these two. We're going to remove, as you see around let me get the light where you can actually see what I'm talking about, instead of being a dumbass and pointing, and you're going, he's pointing to a dark area. So you see these small 10mm bolts. There's 18 of those around the pan. This is the pan. We're going to drop the pan off, and we've got a lot of cleaning and stuff to do. We're not going to do it all tonight. We're getting started on this project kind of late in the afternoon, but we wanted to get the Z up in the air, and yeah, what you see on the pipes, this is a intermittent coolant leak that we have not troubleshot. That's coolant. The Z decides but it wants to leak coolant, and then it doesn't leak it. And I had the Z up in the air just like this. The other day I was under the Z, and not a drop of coolant anywhere, because I just want to see where's it leaking from. As soon as I see it and know where it's leaking from, then I'll fix the leak. But it does it when it wants to, and I have no idea. None of the gurus are like, what? I go, yeah, it's intermittent. It doesn't just leak coolant all the time. It leaks it when it wants to, and I can't find out exactly what's going on. But that's another project. So I just want to let you know. No, that's I'm not driving on muddy roads. That's coolant that's from a leak that's thrown out on the test pipes and the oil pan and the transmission pan. That's a future segment of clips. If we ever find it, leak, of course we're gonna fix it. But in the meantime, we're gonna pop that pan off, and I think one clip should be enough. Get the strainer out. All right. See you.